Flux.
What's going on, guys? It's Flux here, and we're diving right back into a time-lapse here because we got a huge episode ahead of us today. Hopefully it's big anyway. I haven't edited it yet, but I'm actually recording this after I did all the stuff because you'll see, this episode's really weird. But basically, I didn't like the way the last coaster went in the last episode, and I kind of felt bad that it was just like one little coaster, and it wasn't even that good of a coaster. The ratings were terrible. I didn't really, well, they weren't horrible, but I had this explained to me in the forums later. But basically, no one uses this ride type that I used in the past episode, and it's because it always gets horrible ratings. So I changed the coaster around here to a, I believe it, I'm not watching the video right now, I'm saying this. I think it's a, God, I know this. I have no idea what it, oh wait, it's Flawless, yeah, Flawless roller coaster, that's what it is. Flawless roller coaster here, and in this one I'm planning, and actually I do the whole thing in this episode. I not only build the coaster, but I'm also going to add some custom scenery, and I'm going to use zero clearance. I'll explain about what that is later and everything, to make some nice supports and custom supports anyway, as well as the like some trees and bushes and stuff to make it all look good. So that's what you got ahead of us here. Pretty long episode, should be good, so stick around for that. And I'll let it head on into time-lapse mode now, so I'll see you guys in just a minute. And we're back, guys, and here we are with this final design coaster. It's a floorless coaster this time, opposed to the other ride, which didn't have that great of what do you call it, ratings. Oh my god, this ride took a long ass time to make, and it seems pretty short, and that's because, well, I edited it out too, but I spent a long time trying to make an extension off this little turn here, kind of in this direction with some more inversions, you know, like corkscrews or barrel rolls, and I could not get a design that not only looked good, you know, like compact and nice the way I wanted to, but had good ratings. Like, it was impossible. It was impossible to make more inversions without the ride nausea just jumping. So the final ratings are as follows: 7.72, 6.79, and 3.81. And these ratings actually aren't too bad, and will get better as I add some more scenery to this coaster. I have a lot of work to do on this thing, so don't worry, we're not even close to being done. But I just felt that had to be done. I couldn't just leave it the way it was. I didn't like that old ride. It looked a little, like, kind of cool. I loved the cars of it. That was the part I liked the best. But I couldn't deal with the ratings, and it actually didn't look as well as I thought. It didn't look as good as I thought I could make a coaster good. I just love how this kind of barely makes it over these hills and stuff. So anyway, the plan here now is to get rid of these supports and use the custom scenery to make custom supports. I am brand new to this stuff, guys. I don't know what I'm doing at all. It's probably going to take me a bit to get this thing under control and figure out how to make it work. So bear with me there. I'm probably going to edit out most of the stuff just to make it easier on you guys, so you don't have to watch like 8 hours of me messing around with the supports. But for the most part, it may be a little jumpy in terms of like where the when I'm in the time lapse, it may kind of hop around to what I'm doing. So bear with me on that. It's my first time using this trainer. Well, I mean, first time using this part of the trainer, I guess. So that's the plan there, and we're gonna start the time lapse now. So we're back in a bit. And we're back, guys, and look at this. These beautiful final supports are now put into the ride. Wow. If you ever used the 8 cars thing before, this is probably the hardest thing that you have to do with 8 cars. I mean, it's not easy to build this, and you probably saw this in the time lapse. I hope it's not too bad for you guys while you're watching. But whenever you turn on absolute for so basically there's the clearance option under the 8 cars. What do you call it? The 8 cars, yeah, just it's one of the tools in 8 cars. It turns off clearance, and what clearance is it makes pieces like scenery and track collide, or scenery to scenery, you know, whatever you want to do. And you have to turn that off with 8 cars so that you can put in these custom supports like this. And so basically there's absolute and there's relative. And what relative does is it lets you collide with just scenery, but tracks it doesn't collide with. And on absolute it collides with track as well. Like you can make it not collide with track. But when you turn it on absolute, like everything starts glitching out. Like things disappear and reappear. And it's so hard to figure out like what you're doing. It's a giant mess. And I'm like sitting here. It must have taken me 2-3 hours to do this whole thing. I'm gonna edit out so much of this stuff, of just like not figuring out like what I'm doing. Like everything's just disappearing. I can't find like, and then of course, you know, on top of that, this freaking game, like the way it works, just it's so hard to tell if your thing's in the right spot. So anyway, that's all finally done. Oh yeah, the worst part too. I don't know if you guys get this, but occasionally whenever I hit the tab button to tab out and turn on or off the collision, it will basically give me an error, like 1 out of every 5 times I do it, and it's like this error. It says like unexceptional access or something like that, and then it just like it quits the game and doesn't save anything. But you cannot save the game while the game's still in 0 clearance, or else it'll just mess everything up, and it's really bad. So you have to always minimize the game and then turn clearance off, and then turn clearance on, whatever you want to say. And then save, and I cannot tell you how many times I did that, and then the game freaking crashed, and I lost all the work I did. So anyway, enough complaining about that stuff. Now we're going to move on to the scenery portion. This has been a long episode. Hopefully it's not, lucky for you guys, you get a long episode this time. I actually started on this thing a few days ago. I've been working on this episode way longer than usual. But it's going to pay off. I didn't like the old roller coaster. I felt kind of bad about releasing that random episode where I just kind of like made one roller coaster. Wasn't even that good. The ratings too. Here's the ratings. I think I showed them already, didn't I? I don't know. I forgot. 7.74, 6.79, 3.81. Probably won't get better than that because I think there's a scenery cap for amount of scenery that like improves the excitement. And then once you get past that, it doesn't really do anything to it. By the way, we're going to go ahead and put some nice scenery in. So we'll get that started, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. And we're back, guys, and this is the final result of the new roller coaster, which we're going to call Meltdown. It was requested by Chris Ordway. I believe it was top comment in the last video. Technically it was for the other coaster, but, you know, it's the same thing. And I actually like the name a lot, so great idea. Thank you very much. Like I said before, if you have any ideas for coasters or anything in my park, you should definitely let me know, because I love to see suggestions. And a lot of times you guys have some great ideas, so definitely let me know. Okay, is that done? There we go. And let's just open this thing on up. There we go. This thing had great ratings. Look at this. I believe it was, yep, 7.74, 6.7. Didn't change at all, but awesome ratings. Let me quickly do this. I forgot to do this last time. So you guys may have noticed, if you were paying attention closely, I've been using the new the tool for zero clearance a lot lately. I tried it on this little area over here. Worked out nice. I got these little poles in here and stuff. You know, I'm really happy with this new this feature I never even knew was on 8 cars. So that's great. It made the whole coaster look excellent with these cool supports everywhere, and the kind of bushes look very natural like this with all the you know, I can put like bushes over the trees where the trees normally are, and it makes everything look so much better. So also, I doubt he's watching, but Valder, if you're watching, I think that's how you pronounce your name, thank you very much. He was one who recommended that I use zero clearance, and I had never heard it before he told me. He's over at Reddit forums. Shout out to you guys if you're watching. Very helpful, awesome place over there. If you play Tycoon 2 a lot, definitely check those guys out. Some really cool people over there. And yeah, so that was the episode for today. Wow, it was pretty long. I don't know how long it's actually going to be when I render all this stuff out and edit everything. It's already pretty late, but whatever. I don't really care about sleep anyway. I'll just edit it all out and make sure it's up to par before I upload it tonight, so you guys can see it. New episode again on Friday as usual. Monday, Wednesday, Friday episodes. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.